I want to tell you about two groups in Korea. One is called Mannam and one is called Shinchonji. A friend of mine knew someone who was part of Mannam and she wanted to introduce me to them. She said to me, we're going to have this huge peace event, the World Peace Initiative, coming up in September. And we want to know if you want to perform like a couple of your songs live on stage in front of 100,000 people. I thought, wow, 100,000 people? Like performing in front of that kind of audience? That'd be amazing. So I said yes. I didn't think much more than that. A couple weeks later, a friend of mine, Zach, he has a blog, posted an article about Mannam, and it was not a positive thing, and he was saying that they are a cult and that they're related to this group called Shinchonji. So I said, you know, let's say these are connected, but if Mannam is not a religious organization, and if they're doing good things for the sake of doing good things, what does it matter if I get involved? The next day, Zach sends me a link. It's an advertisement for an event called the Shinchonji 6th Olympiad. It's taking place the same day as the World Peace Festival, the same time as the World Peace Festival, and yes, at the same location as the World Peace Festival. And this is a clear religious event. It's all about heaven coming to earth and whatever. I'm not religious, I don't care, but I would like to know if I'm being invited to perform at a volunteer peace event or at a religious event. So I asked the person who had invited me, I'm like, what's this Olympiad thing? How come it's the same date, same time, same place? What, you know, you didn't mention this. She gives me this weird excuse like, oh, we couldn't find a place for the World Peace event, so Shinchonji, they're letting us use their event. You know, it's gonna be two separate events at the same place. It's not crossing over at all, whatever. It wasn't true at all. The event itself, the World Peace Initiative didn't really exist. It was a complete Shinchonji mass games thing. Shinchonji was founded in 1984 by this guy named Lee Man-hee. He believes that Jesus came down to him and told him exactly how to interpret the book of Revelations. He considers himself to be the prophet or something, and people should only listen to him and only follow what he says. What makes Shinchonji worse is that they're very deceptive. They instruct their members how to infiltrate other churches and like not say who they are and befriend other members and try to convert those members. There are actually posters on all these different churches, all these other Christian churches in Korea saying no Shinchonji members allowed. The honorary chairman of Mannam is Lee Man-hee because he created them. The official president her name is Kim Nam-hee. She is a Shinchonji member. In fact, all of the big organizers in Mannam are Shinchonji members. Some of them are publicly so, some of them have not admitted it. Most of them, when you ask them, are you Shinchonji, they don't say yes or no. They run around and they say like, well, you know, we accept all religions in Mannam. But that's not the point. The point is that all the organizers, all the leaders in Mannam are from the same religion. Mannam aggressively tries to recruit foreigners. Like, oh, we're having this free peace event, we're having this free movie night, we're having free language exchange classes, we're having free cooking classes, free what else? Taekwondo classes, free judo classes, free soccer club, free running club. They have all these events and they're only approaching foreigners and inviting them to them and saying they are free. Come on, nothing in this world is free, especially if you see pictures of this Shinchonji Olympiad World Peace Festival thing. They have all these banners printed out. They rented out an entire sports stadium. They got fireworks. They got weird like structures and stuff. Costs at least hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there is no evidence about where this money comes from because Mannam members don't have to pay any fees whatsoever. They don't approach Koreans because Koreans are well aware of Shinchonji. There are lots of pictures taken of people wearing Mannam shirts, and they're also told to give this sign, which it's the Mannam hand signal for victory, which is weird because this is known as the signal for victory. They take all these pictures doing the hand signal because it's also the hand signal of Shinchonji. Mannam talks about how it's bridging and bringing together people of all cultures and religions. That's New York, that's London, that's any metropolitan, like Western city, that's not a new concept. Mannam talks about working to establish world peace, but they don't give specifics. The only specifics they say in order to accomplish world peace is that people should join Mannam and be together, because if you're all in the same group, then no one's gonna oppose you. They have lots of these events. Most of them have nothing to do with volunteer work. Most of them have nothing to do with donating money to charity. They occasionally have stuff where they go to like an orphanage and they paint children's faces, or they make little cutout dolls for them. Or it technically counts as a volunteer work, but it's not all that substantial, because what's really substantial if you're a volunteer organization is raising money to donate to a cause, because money gets things done. But they don't do that much, and when they do, sometimes they lie about the numbers, or afterwards they're like, oh, we anticipated the wrong outcome and we didn't raise enough money. But they advertised giving a certain amount to charity, and they didn't do that. For the World Peace Initiative thing, they kept saying 100,000 people would come, more than 100,000. They even said 200,000 people, which wasn't true. And I asked them, like, so what kind of charities are you raising? How much money do you expect to raise to donate to some cause? There's no money raised at this whatsoever. They had the biggest turnout of any Mannam related event ever, and no money was raised for any charity organizations, anything. Well, that's because it was a Shinchonji event about spreading the religion. But a lot of people who were in Mannam but didn't know anything about Shinchonji, didn't know anything about the religious stuff, they said, you know, Mannam's a legitimate organization, there's nothing sketchy about it. So then they, you know, willingly go to this World Peace Initiative, and they're like, oh my god, why is this thing 100% religious? What, you know, there's the words Jesus everywhere, there's heaven coming to earth. I was not told about this. I was told this would be something for world peace, and it's about one religion. On Mannam's official site, it says that they will not participate in any religious activities. They lied. So after this World Peace Initiative, a lot of blogs started posting, oh my god, I think I went to a cult event and did not realize it. Some videos have been posted showing this event and calling it a cult event. So a lot of people have messaged me and be like, you know, sorry, before when you were asking questions and I defended Mannam, I was deceived. It's sad, because Mannam's only targeting foreigners. Mostly foreigners who are new to Korea. When they were giving out tickets for the World Peace Initiative, they went to the airport. They were giving out tickets to people who had just arrived in Korea for the first time. And that's creepy. They are trying to get more members. They are just recruiting as many members as possible. That's what cults do. Just the more people they have, the more legitimacy they have, the more power they have, the more avenues for them to get money from their members. Because where the money really comes from is the core, like Shinchonji members. Some people who are in cities not in Seoul and they join Mannam, they said some of the Korean Mannam members who are secretly Shinchonji members, they said like they don't have jobs, they're not in school, they claim to be taking a break from school, but part of the cult thing is spending all your time with the cult and donating money to the cult, because if you're spending all your time with them, they become your life and you want to give money to it so you can improve your life through them. It all makes sense, but it's all creepy, it's all sad, and you know, the goal is just to glorify the leaders or whatever they believe, which does not really match up to reality. In fact, the leader, Lee Mani, he claims we are already in the afterlife. We're all dead now or something. I don't know. All they talk about is vaguely achieving peace and spreading light, but with no specifics. They believe strongly in this line from the Bible about deceiving people, lying to them just in order to get like at least a few members. They believe that, you know, as long as they can convert some people, then it's worth lying, it's worth deceiving people. These people do not give you direct answers when you ask them direct questions. They almost never answer the question. There are lots of news reports about them. Just search Mannam Shinchonji, search Mannam, you'll get the results, and check the links in this bar. Just if you're new to Korea, if you're a foreigner in Korea, be careful about the people who approach you. Think, research everything you can, and, you know, be safe.